Again, thank you for holding this class here at SecureWay LLC. Appreciate what you're doing. Tell us a little bit about what led you to become, to form SecureWay LLC. And
So I served 35 years in the military, and a lot of that was as a military police officer. And you may know that in the MPs we're all about some security. Everything that can be secured, we do that. And so I've always kind of had that frame of mind, and even outside of the military, it's just kind of the way I think for whatever reason. And so I had already been doing firearms training for a number of years. So when I retired, I thought, well, it'd be a good, good transition just to go from just doing firearms training to also help churches and businesses with their security. And so that's what I do, and that's when I formed SecureWay. So what I like to do is help churches mainly, businesses, because it's something I'm passionate about. I really feel like, I really feel a big desire, a strong desire to help others protect themselves. I feel like it's a calling, to be quite honest with you. I feel like it's something that, honestly, I feel like it's something that God's been using my whole life to prepare me for. So,
leading on to the next question is, if I'm considering, or anybody else that's watching this video is considering what kind of firearm I need as a concealed carry, what would be some points that you would like to cover with those people before they get into buying a handgun?
Sure. And before I really answer that question, let me say too that a lot of people, when they're getting ready to take the basic course that I offer, they may not have a gun, and they ask me, well, do I need to go buy a gun before I come to the class? And my answer is always no. Use something that I have to come to class, and that way while you're here, you're going to be able to see different firearms and see how they operate and kind of get a feel for them. And that gives you a better idea of what you need to get. And one of the things that I cover is what do you need to look for when you're getting ready to buy one. And so there's really, the top few things that I would suggest. First of all, number one is, what am I planning on doing with this thing? Am I planning on carrying it on my person? Am I planning on carrying it in a purse or in my vehicle, or just leaving it at home for personal protection? All that makes a difference as far as what your selection would be. The next thing that I would say is, it's got to be something that's reliable. So do your research. There's tons of it out there on the internet that you can look at. Make sure that particular firearm and that manufacturer, make sure they have a quality, a reputation for reliability and quality, so that every time you pull the trigger, it goes bang. That's extremely important. And the next thing, if you're able to actually test drive some of them, somewhere, you can do that with me with a private lesson. That's one of the things I do, is let you fire a few different weapons, and because quite honestly, you will be able to hit better with some firearms than you can with others, and it may not be the same for every person. So number one, you want to ask yourself, what am I doing with it? Number two, you want it to be reliable, and number three, you want to be able to hit with it. So those are the big things.
I got you. How often do you train, and how often do you recommend people train if they're going to be carrying?
Well, you're right about the responsibility, and you do have to take that responsibility very seriously. So, if you're going to carry and put yourself in a position where you may use it defensively, you need to practice at least on a monthly basis. That's hard to do sometimes, but that needs to be at least something, your goal or something to shoot for, is that monthly practice. I don't always make it monthly. Sometimes I maybe go a couple of months or something like that, but that needs to be a goal. And if you can get some professional training a couple of times a year, that should be something else you should shoot for. More is better, but a couple of times a year should be really a minimum for anybody that's serious about it, because you got to consider, and you're not just, you can't just think about the bad guy. If you're pulling your firearm out in a parking lot or in a church or something like that, they're innocent civilians all around. And that's why you have to take it so serious, because you're potentially putting their life in your hands as well.
Good point. Well, thank you for what you're doing at SecureWay LLC. I know that I had the opportunity to take your course many times, basic, the advanced course where we're shooting around barriers, as you can see from the video today. You're appreciated. And I think more people probably need to reach out wherever they're at in the country and get trained and go through some of these scenarios. You got to visualize some of the stuff going in your head, like you said. But if you guys are interested in looking up SecureWay LLC, I'm going to put a description in the link below here on their YouTube channel. Go check them out on Facebook at SecureWay LLC. Give Kevin a call. Let him train you up. He's got many years of experience, and I learn something every time I come out here. So I learn exactly what not to do, because I do a lot of mistakes. So
no, you did great. He did great. And thanks for coming. And you really did do good. I appreciate you coming.
No problem. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.